Okay, so today is essentials to your continued success, really, because many of you I know, and I know you're already successful in what you do. So I'm hoping I might give you some pointers on things that might help you become even more successful. So there's limited creativity. Every time I look at this, I see more, obviously, things that we can do, and the speed is amazing. So when I taught this micro-credential course in the summertime, many of the things that were this is the only place you can do this kind of video. This is the only place you can do this kind of image properly on AI. That's all changed because you can do it in so many other places. So I'm going to try and help by just sharing, first of all, how do you enhance your marketing approach using AI? In this, I'll be talking about strategy, competitive knowledge of what your competitors are doing, and more information about how you find out about your own reach and your own clients and what their pain points are. And then we'll be using um, some of the um, skills we learned on the first workshop for those of you that were with us for and like how to talk to AI is what I called it. So prompt engineering, but how to talk to AI. We'll be using a lot of that at the very first block. Then the second block is visuals. There are many things you can do with AI that we couldn't do, even 2 months ago, 3 months ago, that I want to share with you on visuals, some of the best apps that I've been using. And then I would like to share with you some incredible AI video approaches. So those are the three I'll be talking about today in our short time together. Enhance your marketing approach with AI. That's the first one we want to talk about. So if you think about, what are the things you think you can do with AI? What ways can AI enhance your marketing approach? So if you think about, well, there's probably 5 steps, general steps that we all use for marketing and your current marketing efforts, no matter what industry you're in. So if you think of your current marketing efforts, each one of those you can apply AI to help you enhance that step. So you don't have to think about I'm changing everything I do. You're thinking about I might want to enhance one step at a time. Often what happens is you get overwhelmed by trying to do too much at once. So often your steps become, number one, you're defining your strategy and your goals. Number two is understanding your target audience's pain point. What pains am I solving with what I have to offer? And outperforming your competitors. That's a big one that we all try to do. No matter how good you are, if you can't outperform your competitors, why will they come to you? Engaging content to help with optimizing your reach. That's another thing we do. Is okay, now that I know the pain points, now that I know what my competitors are doing, what can I do and sustain that will differentiate myself and get me out there as far as reach goes and engagement. And then finally, building long-term relationships. How do I maintain these relationships going forward? So some of the things that we'll be sharing with you today is marketing strategies. Like I said, the first third of this presentation, I'll be talking about marketing strategies. The second third will be on managing your images a little bit better. And then number 3 will be looking at videos. Let me just see if anyone else is waiting in the room. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Why do I do this every time to you guys? Okay, there's no one here, so I won't be going back to look again. Okay, so here we are. So from current slide. So we're going to look at marketing strategies and boosting your marketing strategy. You each have marketing strategies that you are using to grow your business, grow your reach. So I'm going to share with you how to make sure that you're using AI as a powerful ally, as a consultant, really, someone that you have in your back pocket anytime you want, the smartest business consultant in the universe. Of course, you know your industry better than others. So you have to make sure what they're giving you as advice is accurate, and you always ask for the resources and that they're providing to you, the links. Marketing insights and expertise. Providing insights and expertise is at any time, you're looking without added costs. That's another thing that we're doing. Content creation with marketing. It's designing flyers or designing content messaging based on knowledge of what your clients really want to hear, what your clients' pain points are. That's huge. And client engagement. So these are some of the things that it helps you boost. So first of all, let's talk about understanding your audiences. This is kind of an exercise I'd like you to do after we get off of the call. Leverage your AI to generate high quality targeted content for your specific audience's pain points. I keep on talking about pain points because I love the fact that when I ask AI who my target audience is based on where I am and based on what I produce or my services or my products, and they come up and they categorize them for me, which is beautiful. And I'll be sharing that with you, a real live example, some examples. And then you ask, what are my target audience's pain points? That in itself is a big aha. You might think you know what their pain points are, but it goes out and looks at human nature to see what their pain points are in your specific industry, in your specific region, and other regions, if you ask it to, that are similar in size. So it's pretty exciting when it starts listing your pain points. Every time I've done my any type of workshop where it's hands-on, roll up the sleeves, or the micro credentials course, we spend time on this where we create the proper prompt to find out our pain points for every single type of audience we have that you have. And then we ask for help with how do I solve this pain with the type of products or services that I offer, right? And so and then you ask for, okay, so how do I position that? What kind of posts, what kind of blogs, what kind of email campaigns should I have? Again, depending on who your target audience is. And it's mind blowing. So here's a prompt that I'd want you to show to try. So I think, John, I'm sure that you're familiar with this kind of methodology to prompting. So what we have here is like square brackets, where down here industry equals automotive dealer, for example, square brackets product, new car, in the region, in this case, I'm saying Kawarthas. So I'm saying, what are the key demographics and preferences of this industry? So you can use this if you have a few different industries that you're in. You can use this if you have a few different products that you sell. You can use this if you have a few different regions. So all you're going to do is you go in with this prompt and you change this down here. Okay, like I said, I'll be sending this to you. So what are the key demographics and preferences of industry? So who purchase whatever your product is in a specific region? What are their unique pain points? How can my product or services take away their pain? Please create, that's a nice spelling of create. Please create a matrix with the answers and include posts or blogs that I can write to solve their pain points. So here is one of the matrices I asked it to create. So in here I would have said, please create a matrix. Now you can see the word matrix. I love matrices. That's how my brain thinks. Being an engineer, I want to have something in every column, and I might go back and I'll often ask it, if you remember, what other material, what other information might I be missing? And it'll come back and tell me a better prompt, or it'll be satisfied with this prompt. And of course, after you create the prompt, you can go in and say, and it gives you an answer. You can ask for more information, more information. So this is on Copilot. So I'm going to show you these answers on Copilot, Gemini, and on ChatGPT, just so you can get a feel for it. And those are the three I happen to be sharing on these webinars or workshops, unless I have a specific request for another one too. So Copilot, as you know, is the one that use it on your own. I think it's microsoft.copilot.com, or you can use it embedded in your Microsoft applications, your Microsoft software. So this I used on its own, on a browser on its own, because I wanted it. Why did I do that? Because I wanted to go out and research live. I wanted it to know live. So segments, demographic, and preferences, my first column. Second column, pain points. Third column, solutions you can offer. Fourth column, ideas for my blog. So here, or posts. So here it's telling me the segments: young professionals between 25 and 40, and it's telling me what their preferences are as far as demographics: technical savvy, eco-conscious, hybrid, sleek design, um, pain points: long research cycles, lack of transparency. They don't like lack of transparency, obviously. Digital experience gaps. So then we've got offering online tools, solutions you can offer online tools. Oh, they don't like digital gaps. I see what that means. What you can also do is every time you don't understand something, you can ask it, what did you mean by that? And I love that too. Transparency, pricing, virtual tours. I love virtual tours, as those of you that know me know. And then, of course, content ideas. It has different content ideas. Top 5 EV for young drivers in Kawarthas, or how to buy a car online without the stress. And then here we have families between 30 and 55 as another group, and it's telling us safety first, SUV, value, reliability. So you can see it's completely different. They're overwhelmed by the paperwork, unclear financial. They don't like these things. They find this with other dealers, long dealership visits, because they don't like these things. And what you'll notice, I forgot to take this number 4 out. Each one of these had a little number next to it where it would take me to more information. It's references as to where it received its information. I forgot to take that one out. And then streamlined paperwork, things that you can offer to make it easier for them to want to work with you. So when you do yours, it's going to be totally different. It's going to be amazing. So this one is Copilot. So automotive dealership matrix. So it's called Copilot new buyers in the Kawartha. So now it's gone on because it was a very long matrix. So I split it in 2 for you. You can hardly see it, but it says continued right there. So another segment was 60 years old and plus, brand loyalty, comfort, hybrid. So it's telling you what their pain points are. So I'm not going to go on and share that with you, but adventure seekers, rural buyers, eco-conscious buyers, and value seekers. So you can kind of see that really does, cover all the different types, and each one is so different. You're going to be having a totally different message to someone between 25 and 40 than you will to someone over 60, right? So it really helps you target your market message. I absolutely love that. And then it helps you recreate your strategy, right? So now if I look at Copilot, continued still, now it goes on, and this is all from that one prompt. It goes on and gives you blog strategy tips. Localize your content, use Kawartha specific references, terrain, weather, and lifestyle. Nothing worse than seeing someone talking about a post and they're using palm trees when you know they're local and they're trying to be local, but it didn't work, as we know. So storytelling, testimonials, customer journeys, we know how important that is. So it gives you some really good examples. Then it asks you, would you like help drafting one of these blog posts or turning this into a downloadable guide for your dealership? So that's really cool. It could be turning into a training document. There's so much more you can do from it now as far as your strategy, right? So now I asked ChatGPT 5, the new one, which I think I sent you all an email about, those of you except for John, sorry, that were on last week, about the new the new features in ChatGPT. So I updated this, or ChatGPT. It's the new ChatGPT that just came out 2 Thursdays ago. It's fabulous. It's faster. There's some deep thinking issues with time. Anyways, but generally I'm really liking it. So buyers' demographics and preferences. So this is what it's given us as far as its output. So I love looking at a couple different sources. It's like having 2 different consultants out there. And then ChatGPT went on to give us, after their demographics, their pain points: young families, retirees. And so here's their pain points, how to solve their issues, and again, how to content that they have, ideas that they have that you might want to share. So that's really a ChatGPT also goes on with each one of their blogs. They're short. These are, to me, they're more like, each one of these actually is a blog suggestion. I apologize. These are all blog and themes for posts. So you can then ask it to write a longer blog for you. If I click on this, you'll be able to go and see everything that they created for us, just so that you have an idea. And then because I have a very close relationship with ChatGPT, it calls me Sophie. Would you like me to also turn this into content calendar templates, which days to post suggestions? So I don't know if you remember, but when we first, on the first week of this 4 week part, and this is week 3, I shared with you one of the companies I worked with during the micro credentials course. One of the things they asked it to do, and we'll be doing this kind of thing next week, is automatically be sent this kind of result in a report on a weekly basis. They get it every Monday based on what 5 of their competitors are doing, what they did the week before, not only on social media, but also specials on their website. And then it gave them 5 posts for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as suggestions for the following week based on what they're seeing the competitors are doing, based on what they're doing on social media. So it's what's called an AI agent, an automated process. So we're going to be showing you how to do that next week. So that's pretty cool. So this is, you go in physically, you put in this prompt that we showed you earlier, you tweak the prompt until it works for you, and it just puts your marketing effort and strategy focused, and on just steroids. Now, Gemini, I did this one in Gemini due to the limited public data available on specifically on demographics and preferences in new car buyers in the Kawarthas. This response synthesizes the Canadian automotive market. So that's with publicly available demographics in the Kawartha Lake. So that was interesting that it did that, but it still came back with quite a large amount of information for us, the older population and so forth, and the types of vehicles that are being purchased here. So it was very detailed as well. Okay, so this is, I wanted to share with you a tool that I'm not going to have time to get into, but I thought you'd want to see these. It's competitive analysis tools. There are a lot of tools out there. You've probably all heard of Moz free tools, and the other ones that are, there's some plugins with ChatGPT and Spark Toro. I'll be showing you a little bit of that one. These tools every week become smarter and smarter on what search engine keywords work for you and your competitors. So what'll happen is you put in perhaps a website of your own, and it can come back with a report weekly or daily, depending on what you'd like. I use this with clients, and it will tell them what keywords in their industry are working compared to what they might have, so what they should be adding. So it's great for search engine optimization keyword gaps. And some of them, the free version, are limited to how many you can do a day. And that's okay for those of us that have only one website and want to just compare it to a few of our competitors. Then there's ones that 10 searches per month and there's just so many of them, but I wanted to share those with you. And I'm sure there's few of you on this call that have your own competitive analysis tool that you use. But because of AI, these tools have just become so much smarter. What AI allows you to do is look at trends beyond what we could before. And that's pretty exciting. So this is just one that I thought was very impressive that I just wanted to share with you, sparktoro.com. So I have the link for you. And what it gives us is, for example, competitive analysis tool. It looks at use of social networks by visitors coming to your website. So I picked an Arboratory website, and it's showing us use. You can put it in whichever website you want here, if you have an account on Spark Toro. So I think that's fascinating, knowing if they're coming to your site, what other websites are they going to, or social media websites are they going to? I apologize. That's what this one is, social media network websites that they're going to. Pinterest is still larger than I thought. And I've done this for a few different websites, and I'm finding Pinterest is larger than I thought. And then search tools, which search tools are they coming from? ChatGPT is becoming the biggest one, which I thought was very interesting. I find this hard to believe that Google is so small and that Pinterest is second to ChatGPT. So I just wanted to share that with you. And then competitive analysis tool, which shows you other websites that they're going to as well. So I found that was very, and then hidden gems. Here are other websites that they might be going to that maybe you want to put an ad on for your product. You know what I mean? So this I thought was interesting. I just wanted to share that one with you. SparkToro. Um, and I'm just showing you more about SparkToro. Sorry about that. And then this one was high keywords that are used in industries like your own. So it goes out and sees what other high keywords are important. Okay, so those are really excellent tools to use for understanding your strategy more, for understanding your competitors more, understanding what might work for you, understanding your keywords, understanding the data. So it's pretty amazing. Then competitive analysis tools, ChatGPT, use prompts like create a matrix which compares the brand, social media, SEO keywords again, and product differentiators of competitor 1, 2, and 3. You can put as many competitors as you want in there, but I find 3 or 5 seem to be what I like to compare my clients to or whoever I'm working with in a workshop. And we usually go with 3 for a workshop. Then compare it to our company. And when I put in our company, I will usually suggest that you put in your website and your social media accounts so they get the right account. So, and how we can differentiate ourselves. That last column, how we can differentiate ourselves, I love completely. So it goes out and investigates your competitors, it investigates you, and this is a kind of matrix it's put together. So this is one that I did for a client, and I removed who they were, but our store, so brand tone was one of the things I asked for. So their competitor trusted, family owned, competitor 1, competitor 2, competitor 3, and then how you can better yourself so that you stand out compared to your competitors. That is really powerful stuff, so we can spend all sorts of time creating these ourselves, or you can have it go out on a weekly basis and send you this prompt automatically, which is cool, the report. So social media presence, active, where are you active on social media compared to your competitors, SEO words compared to your competitors, and then which websites they're using, and the user interface type of website and what it's seeing at a high level, product differentiation. And again, just talking about that. And then this isn't fair because it really doesn't know about your email marketing or your SMS marketing from your website, but I had it look at that as well. So that's a really powerful prompt, this one, for understanding your market and understanding how to differentiate yourself. I can't say enough about this one. So the pain point compared to your clients, to pain point dependent on what your target audience's pains are and how you're going to solve it. So pain point as a subject is important for your strategy, and having AI help you understand their pain points depending on the different demographics you have, and then understanding your competitors and how you can differentiate yourselves. Those two, if that's all you get out of this, is huge. Okay, so let me just continue. I just went through that one. Brand chart. If you want to understand brand chart better, you can also ask it, what are the brand colors and brand voice of my competitors? Maybe you want to understand that too. So that's kind of cool, right? So those are some things I wanted to share with you on how to, increase your strategy and think about these elements. So transforming your visuals with AI. So these are huge. There's so many different apps out there. So this is just me asking Gemini, ChatGPT and Copilot up here to generate an image of Peterborough, Ontario lift locks with fireworks in the background. So this was done about 2 months ago. So there's Gemini, Copilot, and down here we have ChatGPT. They're beautiful. You know, they're all a little bit different. They're all beautiful. I'm not sure why we got this in the daytime down here and nighttime there, but they're all beautiful. And then you could ask it to redo it if you don't like it. And then I redid it again with ChatGPT 5. So this was the one we originally did with ChatGPT 4 and ChatGPT 5. You can see it's a little clearer as far as the actual visuals go. I think it's a different angle, but I like this one a little better. Anyway, so just so you can see as far as the visual difference with the sharpness of ChatGPT 5. Then here's something that I think is interesting. You can overlay writing on an image. And I just want to show you, you'll see the most powerful one. It's not this one. It's not ChatGPT 5, which surprised me. But can you please create a photo of a water slide? You can make it whatever you want on a Kawartha Lakes. I did this earlier with someone as a BC lake. It looked totally different because that's where they were from. With the giant text projected mapped on the front of the slide, live, work, play in the Kawarthas. So I was just thinking I would do something to show you how this projection and mapped kind of works. So that's ChatGPT 5. This is Copilot Pro. It's much better. When I tried this a few months ago, it didn't work at all on here. So this is much better for your branding, for your messaging. If you want to put this out there like that, I kind of love that. Then there's Gemini. Didn't work at all. I really don't like that one. I mean, it's kind of cool that it's mirrored down there, but this one worked out great. And this is a thing called Midjourney. It's a tool called Midjourney. You might hear of it. It's a fabulous tool for your images, and you can see this is why. It's got some spectacular abilities to it. It's one that's used by those who are often working with imagery more than others. So I just wanted to share that one with you. So again, can you please create a photo of a water slide? It said the exact same prompt in each of them. And I like the way it mapped it. So I just wanted to share that with you. And so you can try these prompts on something like that and see which one works best for your branding, your style. An example prompt with an image of a furnished room. I'm not sure if anybody would work on that. Colored sofas in my space. Can you update the image? Or edit this image to make it look like a cartoon. I do that all the time. If any of you have seen some of the cartoons I do of my dogs these days, I'll go in with a photo that I've created of them in ChatGPT is where I'm doing it. And then I create a coloring book image of it. And I've been, I'm looking at selling them on Amazon. I'll show you later. It's over there. So example of edit this image, make it look like a cartoon. And I could either upload my own image or have it create an image for me. So there's some so cool things you can do. Here's another thing you might want to do in your business. The way I'm showing you here, because I happened to create a chili recipe the other day, or do a chili. Anyways, so this is you'll see where my logic is going with this, why I'm sharing this with you. But it's pretty cool. The prompt was, can you generate an illustrated recipe for a beef chili? Create images along the side the text that you can as you generate the recipe. So as you and I know, we could obviously do this on our own, but it came up so quickly. It created this and this. This was in ChatGPT 5. I loved it. It gave me the cooking and the ingredients and then the cooking instructions. For those of you that know me, I have become the best cook in the world because I use ChatGPT to help me cook every day now. So that is really nice. So business-wise, if you have instructions on how people use your services, if you have instructions, you can actually get it to create something like this for your instructions, and it's fabulous, right? So Gemini, it created a huge amount of information for me on it, but I didn't like it. It put it individual images, and then the instructions and the individual image. So it's kind of cool. And then I can actually copy this whole response and share it. So this is another approach that might work. You can download the individual images if you like and just use their text. So that was kind of cool. That was different. And then Copilot. Did I do this one? No. Copilot looks similar to ChatGPT, but this was Copilot's output for me. So the beef chili and the way they've made this for me. So some business prompts you might think of is, instead of just a chili recipe, generate an illustration guide to assemble our new product, or show step-by-step some unboxing. People know, that people love to unbox things. Employ training manual. Many of you have employees, and some standard operating procedures might be really cool done that way. Just client satisfaction, client service tools might be really cool to do that way, and help desk kind of things. So that would be really cool. So that's what I wanted to share with you there. This, I'm not going to show you the entire video, but I'm going to just go here, start this, and then I'll go back to you guys. I have to turn off my, where'd you go? I have to turn off my volume so that you can hear this. Okay, so I'm going to have to reshare my screen. With the audio on. Okay, so
video started. So my first image editing tip for ChatGPT is to specify your brand colors. You can actually tell ChatGPT your brand hex codes to keep the colors in your images consistent throughout a conversation. Just use this prompt. Use these brand colors for any image edits in this conversation. This code for pink, this code for green, and this code for blue. And then I'm going to ask ChatGPT to create an image of a pink beach hut and a green ice cream van against a blue ocean. And here's the result. Now I'm going to ask it to create an image of a pink deck chair and a green bird against a blue sky. So I haven't actually specified the hex codes again because ChatGPT will remember them from the beginning of this conversation. And here's the result. Are the colors the same? Yeah. Just remember that if you're working across multiple prompts or multiple conversations, make sure that you enter the hex codes in each conversation because ChatGPT may not remember that information across different chats. Tip number 2, recreate the vibe of an image. If you want to recreate the vibe of an image, just paste the image into ChatGPT and say, describe the prompt that would recreate this image. It's almost like getting a recipe for a dish that you really like so that you can make something similar that also tastes really good. So how do you paste an image? Just drag and drop it directly into the chat, or you can click the plus button and upload the image. ChatGPT will then analyze it and give you a prompt that captures the style, the lighting, the layout, the mood of the image, and so on. And then you can use elements of that prompt to create images that share that same vibe. By the way, watch my other videos about creating images with ChatGPT. The links are in the video description. And here's another tip. Instead of just recreating the vibe, you can tweak it slightly by saying something like, make it more cinematic, or add a retro filter. And ChatGPT will reimagine the image accordingly. Tip number 3, edit specific elements in an image. You can ask ChatGPT to change something very specific about an image, and it's something that's only available to paid users of ChatGPT at the time of making this video, but things change very quickly, so make sure you check what the latest